Americans that you ain't supposed to be taking part in none of this shit, man. All right, you ain't supposed to be at the casinos. All right, gambling your life away, getting drunk. All right, buying all the most expensive shit, spending all your money on nonsense, man. All right, you're supposed to be learning how you could be saved, man. To get out of this destruction, you're supposed to understand that this place is through, man. You're supposed to understand that America's about to be destroyed. All right.
Good. It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand."
And the day of the Lord comes, man. All right. The so-called white man is going to be destroyed when the Lord comes back. All right. These Edomites are going to be destroyed when the Lord comes back, man. All right. Nuclear missiles are going to fall upon Idumea, the people of the Lord's curse, man. Okay. That's in the scriptures. Get Isaiah 34.
Isaiah 34. God.
Yeah, you can scratch Jeremiah 51. You don't gotta hold that. You just get Isaiah 34 and start from the top. You got something? You got more?
Yeah, there's more over here. Keep going.
Keep going.
It says, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness."
Yeah. So what's all this talk about? So-called Jesus Christ coming down in the clouds and bringing peace to the earth. And people, you got all these people that talk about Jesus is gonna save you. All you gotta do is believe in him. But the Lord said that he came to bring division. He said he didn't come to unite everybody under one banner, man. All right? Because first and foremost, he only came to save his people from their sins, man. He didn't come to save everybody. So you got all these different, you got Chinese people, you got Elamites, you got the East Indians, you got Ishmael, fucking Arabs, you got Assyrians and Syrians that want to be so-called Christians and talk about love and peace, and Jesus loves everybody, he's coming back to save you. But the day of the Lord is a day of darkness. It's a day of clouds, it's a day of thick darkness. And the so-called Jews are going to be destroyed, man. Y'all are going into slavery. Go ahead.
It says, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it."
Yeah, so there's never been a technology so powerful that it could wipe out an entire continent, man. Now that technology is here, okay? And there will never be any again like it afterwards. So nuclear missiles are gonna be are not gonna be heard of in the kingdom, right? Because for one, anything nuclear comes radiation and death and destruction, cancer, all types of fucking wickedness comes out of that nuclear shit, man. You got more?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. Because that's what Esau is all about. Like, if you notice when the power shuts down in your house, you ever had like a blackout and the power's down all over the place, and it's stone silent, and what you hear is a loud ringing in your ear. You ever had that? You have like a buzz in your ear? That's because you're so used to all this technology constantly around you. You're so used to all this electricity and radio waves that when it's gone, when it shuts down, you have that after effect. You have that ringing in your ear because all this 5G, this radio waves, all this shit is actually destroying your fucking mind, man. All right, it's actually doing harm to your body. That's why you could feel a calmness when the power, when that power goes out like that. When it comes back on, it goes back to normal like how you usually feel, but that's not normal, man. That feeling that you feel when the power comes back on, that's not normal. All right, that's your body being hit by radiation, man.
Yeah, I got precept to what you're saying about not finding no nukes in the kingdom.
Come on.
This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 8. "Behold, it is come, and it is done, saith the Lord power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is the day whereof I have spoken, and they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth, and shall set on fire, and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, the bows and the arrows, and the hand staffs and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire, 7 years.
So all memorial of Esau is going to be destroyed, man. All right, because what did Esau bring to the world? Death and destruction, man. Nuclear weapons, all right, firepower, man. These bullets, guns, tanks, all these different armaments, man. That's what Esau brought to the world, nothing but death, man. All that stuff is going to be destroyed, man. You ain't going to have no Edomite technology in the kingdom. It's all going to be spiritual technology, man. It's going to be out of this world, you know. And you ain't gonna need to be pushing a button. You're gonna be able to control things with your mind, man. You're gonna be able to control things with your spirit. See? You ain't gonna be no damn drones. There ain't gonna be no fossil fuels, no radio waves, no radiation. All right, everything is gonna be clean and pure, and Esau's just gonna get the shit beat out of him for all the pollution that he's put upon the earth. You gotta think about all the world that this devil has tainted with his wickedness, and realize that there's a judgment for everything that has happened, man. Even what he's done to these women, he bugged these fucking women out, man. They're completely insane.
Well,
right?
They think they're a Barbie girl in Barbie world. You know, that's what they think.
Yeah, that's what they think. It's Barbie girls and wear high heels, make your ass look nicer. Wear all this makeup to make your ugly ass face look better, so that you could go around and get free drinks at a bar, fuck on whoever you want. All right, bitch, that's wicked, man.
This Isaiah, Micah chapter 4 verse 3, and he shall judge. I'm gonna start up.
That's what we do. We judge, man.
I'm gonna go up to verse 1. But in the last days, Micah chapter 4 verse 1.
You even got old ladies that be dressing like young, wearing these different Spanx and spandex. Bitch, you like 100 years old. Wear shit that is appropriate for your age.
Micah chapter 4 verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains.
Yeah, in the top of the mountain. That means Israel's going to be over everything, man. All right? All these other nations are going to be in subjection. 2/3, all right, these so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that ain't a part of this, man, they're going to be fucking destroyed, and they're going to come back righteous in the kingdom, man.
They're going to come back as your baby.
They're all fucked up here, man. They're down with this society. Come on, you got something to say? Bring it up.
No, I was just going to keep reading.
Okay.
It says, and people, it says, the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
And that's what's gonna happen, man. You have all these other nations. You have Chinese people. You have Japanese people. You're gonna have these Japhetic people. You're gonna have all these different nations that are gonna be coming to the mountain of the Lord, which is Israel. All right, to be taught how to worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man.
How to live.
To be taught how to live, man. All right, how to conduct themselves, what to eat, what not to eat. All right. What to do, what not to do, man. All right, what's right and what's wrong. They're going to be coming to us to learn what's right and what's wrong, man. And this society is all wrong. This is a prime example of what not to do, man.
It says,
so-called white man, he is the epitome of what not to do, man.
it says, and we will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
And the law is going forth right now out of Zion. You got the saints of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the elect, that's out preaching on the highways and byways. All right, that's bringing out the law. All right, that's judging Esau for all the wickedness that he's done upon the earth. Because the things that Esau, like the things that we do, okay, something, you know, we drink, we do certain things. Ain't nothing compared to Esau dropping bombs on people, killing hundreds of thousands of people, enslaving entire nations of people, man, oppressing entire nations of people. All right, and all these other wicked ass Edomites and nations is doing all types of wickedness according to the so-called white man's ways. If one of these other nations rule what are they gonna do? They're gonna rule it according to the ways of Esau, man, because they already done got that fucked up shit in their mind, man. There would just be a new wickedness on the planet.
That's why all these nations are mad, because they drank some of the so-called white man's wine. Okay, they think that the only way to take something is by violence, rape, robbery, and murder, like the so-called white man does, okay? So they're like, well, when we take him out of the picture, the only way to remain in rulership is to live like him, to bomb shit. But these other nations don't know that this was this man's blessing. His blessing was to rule by the sword. That's how he got everything, through his blessing, the sword, you know? Which, now they got some of his blessing.
Now
you know? That's why we're going into this, you know, verse 3. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks.
That's what Yahweh Shai is going to come back, all right, and he's going to judge these nations. All right, he's going to totally dominate the earth. And the rod that he's coming with is laser beams from chariots, man. And he's coming to completely annihilate populations of people, so that people will fear and dread. Because if you see your entire country, you see like you got a country full of millions of people, all right, and millions of people get burnt up and destroyed, you're gonna understand that this you can't mess with this, man.
It says, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Yeah, because in all these weapons and all this missile defense systems and missile technologies, what is there? There's elements, there's metals, all right, there's different things that could be used, all right, to create things, man. And so what's going to happen is these nations are going to break down all these different weapons that they had for war, and they're going to turn them into things to build, man, because their job in the kingdom is going to be to build it up, man. All right, their job is going to be to build whatever we tell them to build, man.
Yeah, you got all these factories that are producing, you know, nuclear missiles and whatnot. In the kingdom, they're gonna use them same factories to produce tools. Okay, it says they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. So all their weapons that they got now, them factories, are going to be used for agricultural tools, okay, construction tools. They're going to be slaves, man. Okay, and we're going to be ruling the earth. All right, so it says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yeah, so everything's going to be peaceful in the kingdom, man. All right, these other nations ain't going to be fighting against each other. They ain't going to go to war with each other, try and battle each other for resources. All the resources are going to be for Israel, man. Everything's going to belong to Jake, man. Everything's going to belong to Jake. Nothing's going to belong to you heathens, man. All right?
Well, that's what it says right here, and I'll get that real quick.
All right.
It's Isaiah chapter 61, and I'm going to start at 1. The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord had anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives.
That's what we're sitting here to do, to tell you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're not just a colonized, conquered people that was put into slavery, and that's just all you are.
Niggas and spicks.
Just a bunch of dirtbags that Esau conquered, all right, by the power of his might, put you into slavery, and now you're just up under and begging for scraps, all right, because you just some slave child, man. No, that's all bullshit, man. Really, Esau is the slave, man, and y'all are the holy people of the Most High, man. So this stuff is supposed to bind up those wounds that you got in your mind, man. Those spiritual wounds, thinking that you just a low being upon the earth, man. You just some kind of black wandering soul with no place. That's what Esau is, man. Esau done turned everything upside down. All right.
It says, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
Yeah, the prison house, wherever you at, man. All right, wherever you at on the earth, you in prison, man. All right, because so-called white man is ruling the earth. You so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, you in prison no matter where the fuck you are. All right, your slave master just trying to mold you every day. You don't even know it. You don't even realize it, man. He's right, the devil's right behind you. You don't even know it, man.
It says, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified.
Yeah, trees of righteousness, man. And I tell you, when you dwell with righteousness, you're gonna be like a tree that's planted by running water, man. That your branches are gonna flow, your roots are gonna dig in deep. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord's gonna be with you, not because you're righteous, it's just because you're doing things that please the Lord, and the Lord's gonna build you up, man. But the Lord put you in this fucked up situation because of the same shit that you're doing now. Being sluts, being hoes, being drug addicts, being whoremongers, all right? Being lovers of the world, being lovers of these other nations, okay? You know, doing things according to the ways of Esau. That's why you in the shit that you're in right now, man. And that's why we're out here to try and get it to your skull, man. The acceptable year is coming. The acceptable year is when Yahushua comes back and destroys these other nations, man. When Yahushua comes back and destroys Esau, man. And if you don't get right, he's going to destroy you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans along with him, man.
Yeah. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 5. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because he moved Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies.
That's how you know that you're the Israelites, man. Who else gonna fit that bill, man? Anytime Jake went off, you're going into slavery, man. You're being pursued by the sword. Other nations are ruling over you. Ain't got a place in the world anymore, man, because you got dirtbag slaves that's ruling over their masters, man, and turn you into a dirtbag, man, because you started following and you started sucking the breast milk from this damn viper, man. So-called white man, Esau, man.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High.
And you provoke the Most High to anger by all the stuff that you're doing in the society, man. You want to be into Egyptology, man. You want to be worshiping white Jesus, man. You want to be worshiping all these other gods, man. You want to be a Moor. You want to be an African. You want to be a Mexican. All that shit's bugged the fuck out, man. All that shit ain't nothing but what slave owners put upon your head, man.
It goes deeper, because that also goes into even them sacrificing unto other gods, man, devils, man. What's in Egyptology? All kinds of gods that are bugged out. Talk about a god that created the earth by sucking its own rod and its fluids came out. They're bugged out things that these Egyptologists preach. Or teach.
Was it the Baffeling gland?
Yeah, that a woman can ejaculate in herself and produce a child. Where is that documented in the scriptures?
Unheard of.
Where is that documented in life?
In life.
Nowhere, man. That's not true. Okay. A woman can only be impregnated by a male's genitalia, spermia. Okay, whether it was shot into her by an actual man, or they took it out of a man and it had a robot put it in it. It still came out of a man.
Yeah, because if there was a Baffeling gland, the way Esau runs the world, the way he lets these women run around, men would be extinct.
Yeah, they would have took over.
They would have done. Yeah, it'd be nothing but fucking asexual women running around. All right, just diddling each other, making their own babies and shit. The men wouldn't even exist anymore because these women are so wicked. They would love to do away with men. All right, that's why they want to destroy masculinity. They have a thing called toxic masculinity. Just a dude being a dude is toxic, man. All right, just because these bitches are sensitive as fuck, don't know their place in the world.
Yeah. Where's her place? On her knees, man.
Under a man.
That's true.
Men are the ruling class of the world. Specifically, Israelite men are the dominating class of the world. you don't like it, man, take it up with the Lord when he comes back to visit you and see how well that goes for you.
It's Isaiah chapter 61, verse 4. And they shall build the old waste, they shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations.
And so all the stuff that you Edomites, you other nations are going to destroy, all right, Israel, you're going to have to, hey, look, just like when you were a little kid and you made a big ass mess, your parents came home and said, clean all this shit up, man. That's what the Lord's going to do when he comes back. He's going to see all the mess that you heathens created and say, clean all this shit up, man.
What about when you were young and you broke something and you said, oh fuck, we got to fix this before mom comes home or dad comes home? That's the same thing that's going to happen to these heathen men. Okay, except they ain't going to leave cracks. They're going to fix it perfectly, man.
Yeah, they're going to get the shit beat out of them otherwise.
It says, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
Yeah, Esau, you're an alien, man. You're an illegal alien. You're a fucking illegal alien, Esau.
Yeah, the so-called white man.
You're an illegal alien, man. You're the devil, man. Jake ain't gonna have to do nothing. Ain't gonna be no so-called Mexican working no field. It's just gonna be Esau getting his ass kicked. Issachar right there telling him, work harder, in Hebrew, man, not in some bugged out language.
Oh yeah, I got a perfect scripture for that.
Have Jake bring it up.
Oh yeah. Jake, get I think it's in the Apocrypha. But let me read this real quick. It says, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves.
That's right, man. So look, hey, Jake gonna get the fatness of the lambs. Jake gonna get everything. Jake ain't gonna have to do nothing. All right. And then all these other nations, they're gonna be bringing all their riches and all their good things, all right, to the men of the Lord, man. All right.
God.
The elect are gonna be superstars, man. The elect are gonna have everything, man. And we're gonna boast ourselves in the Lord, man.
Yeah, get Isaiah 14:2.
14:2.
Yeah, come, because I mean, the kingdom, we ain't gonna have to lift up a pinky, man. Other than if we want to point it out at you, man. Call you out on your shit. All you nations gotta go into slavery, man. There's no way around it. We drank the cup. We went into slavery as a people. As God's chosen people, we went into slavery. So all you nations out here, there's 18 nations. 17 of y'all are going into fucking slavery, man. Okay? Starting with the so-called white man. Alright? Because he's a fucking devil. Then all you jinky-eyed gooks, Ammon gooks, Moab gooks, you're going into fucking slavery too. You think you're better than our people? You laugh at us. Crack jokes. Okay? But you should rejoice because the only one going into slavery unto destruction is the so-called white man. He deserves it. That's according to the Bible. Okay? We're not out here preaching our own doctrine that we came up with, man. This is the true doctrine. Okay, that's been here since the beginning of everything. Go ahead.
Here's Isaiah 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Start at once, Lucky.
Select. Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Nothing changed, okay? The Lord is still dealing with Israel, okay? That's the only people he's been dealing with, has dealt with, and is going to deal with in the near future, okay? He's dealing with this now. That's why we're out here condemning these fucking crackers, man, okay? He said he's gonna yet have mercy. He's gonna have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel. Lord gonna have mercy on his people. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, 1/3 of you. The scripture said to go preach us unto the meek. 2/3 of our people are demons, man. 2/3 of our people, they laugh at us, they talk shit when they're at home. Lord gonna kill these people, man.
You sitting there looking stupid.
These people actually never opened the Bible and read it, so they think we're teaching lies. They think we're teaching lies because they never read the Bible. They have some fucking Theo Tomas in the church read them the Bible. Tell them that, no, you gotta work hard for the gringo so he can take the chains off you. No, man, fuck the devil, man. Fuck Esau, go ahead.
And set them in their own land.
He gonna set us in our own land. Fuck America, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, this place is about to be fucking destroyed, man.
That's right.
Lord gonna bring us up in them chariots and take us to our own land. The land we came from, man. Israel. Okay? That's what we are. We're not blacks. We're not Latinos. We're not Native Americans. We're the Israelites, according to the Bible. And you so-called white people are Edomites. And you damn East Indians are Elam. Okay? Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
These strangers that are going to cleave unto us are the Israelite foreigners. Okay? Just like a child runs and cleaves to its parent when it wakes up from a bad dream. Well, this is a bad fucking dream, man. This is a nightmare. And the elect, the 1/3, is going to cleave unto the house of Jacob, man. They're going to cleave to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Go ahead.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their own place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Now it goes into it, how it says, and the people shall take them, take these other nations, and we're going to bring them to where?
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
We're all these nations captives, man. Okay? When somebody sets up a shop in your neighborhood for you to buy product from them, you're a fucking captive, man. The scriptures tell you that we're going to go to our enemies for the want of all things. What does that mean? That you're under them, man. They're ruling over us, man. All these nations. Starting with Esau, the so-called white man. But it says we're going to take them captives, whose captives we were. Right now we're captives, man. Scriptures tell you that the captive exile hastened that he may be loosed. We're hastening the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai by bringing out this word. Spirit made me almost push that fucking Edomite, man. You know?
Hey.
Real soon the Lord is gonna let it loose, man. He gonna let us men have fun out here, man. What do you think that spiritual power is for, man? You think it's so we could just sit in some corner somewhere? No, man, this is the Lord allows certain men to get busy, man. Okay? Because it's about that time all you so-called white people got your ass handed to you, man. For everything you've done for these 500 plus years. Alright? Go ahead, Doc.
Whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
We're going to rule over our oppressors, man. What does the scripture say? That we shall rule over them with a rod of iron, man. Iron is brute, man. It's strong. Okay? And what are we going to do with that rod of iron? Tells you we're going to smash them to pieces, man. We're going to get their children and fucking slam them on the ground, man. Okay? That's what we're going to do, man. Why? Because that's what you did to our children. When you look at what they were doing in history, man, they were feeding Judah, Benjamin, and Levi the gators, man. Babies. What they were doing, the Latino tribes, they would hang up a pregnant Ephraimite woman, cut her stomach open while she's impregnated, got her stomach all swollen. The Spanish would make a bet. What do you think's in that woman? The loser would have to take the baby out and stomp it, man. So what do you think's gonna happen to you? When we got the upper hand, when we're ruling, we gonna do what you were doing, but double. We gonna take your babies and smash them, okay, against the stones, the scriptures tell us, okay? We gonna put you in a fucking slavery, all right? We gonna take your woman, okay? Just like you were taking our woman. That's what we gonna do when we ruling, okay? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are gonna rule the fucking world, coming soon, all right? Go ahead, Doc.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow.
Hey, we're in sorrow right now, man. But it's going to come a time where the Lord is going to give us rest. Hey, Micah 2:10, Bob Kashai says this is not your rest. Okay, this place is fucking polluted. Okay, you got trannies walking around, fucking bitches that act all proud, man. Then you got faggot ass niggas that want to fight you because of the truth.